In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Garmin Approach G30 and talking about whether or not it's worth picking up. So what we're going to be covering in this video are my first impressions, what it actually does, how it performed, the pros and cons, and also the best place to pick it up. But I will just mention our gear giveaway. If you want to enter into our 100, 500, and 1000 subscriber giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment giveaway down below. Simply do those three things and you'll be automatically entered. So let's start with my first impression. So this is a pretty cool little device that can be carried in your pocket or attached to your golf bag. It is nice and compact, and I really like the rubber around the edges to protect it from when it is dropped. Simply power it on and use the touchscreen to press play, and then you're pretty much ready to go. Alright, so let's cover some features. So after you've pressed play, it's going to take about 20 to 30 seconds to find the course you're on. After that, you're going to see a hole overview with the hole number, the par, the distance to the green, and the distance to 3 layup points in the fairway. It comes preloaded with over 40,000 courses worldwide. It will measure your shot distance. It can be paired with the Garmin TrueSwing, and it does have notifications on it. So of the 40,000 courses, pretty much all of the main courses that I generally go to were on it. There were a couple kind of smaller, like par 68 courses that weren't on it, but for the most part, all the full-size courses were on it, so that was definitely good to see. But how accurate was it? So what I like about the Garmin GPS is that they generally have the most courses available, and they're also some of the more accurate GPSs on the market. That was definitely the case with the G30. It wasn't always perfect, but it was generally within about 5 yards of the course markers, which is pretty much standard for most of the units in this price range. Even some of the more expensive ones, that was kind of the standard for. But compared to the Garmin G10, it was a bit easier to see layup spots because it did give a hole overview. So as you can see in the picture there, you can see the entire hole. On the G10 you can just see the green, and then you see the three lines. There's the red line, the white line, and the blue line. So it is a little bit easier to see the layup spots compared to the G10. So that was definitely nice to see. But was the design good? The shape and overall design of the G30 was great, but there were a few things I didn't really like about it. It does have a bit of a smaller screen compared to other handheld units, and that makes the touchscreen a little bit tricky to use, and it's not as responsive as it probably should be. It is almost like a little bit archaic, like technology, that kind of thing. So it's not bad, but it definitely could use some improvement. And then the second thing I didn't really like was the basic graphics it came with. It wasn't bad, but other units have better graphics, but they're also going to cost more. Okay, so how does it compare to others? So were there similar GPS units that I liked more? For handhelds, there wasn't. In this current price range, there was better ones that were more expensive. But in this price range, no. But the Garmin X40 watch is cheaper and does pretty much the same thing. So if you do like watches, it's a great option. Or you can get the watch and just attach it to your bag or keep it in your pocket, that kind of thing, and that'll work completely fine as well. Were there similar GPS units that I like less? The ISO Swami, the Bushnell Neo, and the Bushnell Phantom were all units that I like less than this one. And what if I want a slightly upgraded model? So one of my favorite handheld GPS devices is the Garmin Approach G8. It is about $100 more, but it is slightly upgraded. It has a bit more features. So if you do want, a slightly more advanced model, you can go with that. But either are going to be great options. Pros, it can record up to 4 people's scores. It'll keep track of putts and fairways hit, and also your common misses, so you can basically see that and kind of make adjustments and improve your game. And then it's faster than the G10 and has a better battery life as well. Cons, it's a little bit pricey. Some of the watches are cheaper and do the same thing. The graphics are pretty basic and kind of look old, and they can sometimes be a bit laggy and unresponsive, but overall it definitely is a solid GPS unit that's not it's not overly expensive. There are units that are way more, but it pretty much does its job. It works completely fine, and I would I've used it quite often and it's always been good. The breakdown, performance score, I'll give it an 8, price score, I'll give it an 8, ease of use 9, my personal score an 8, which is pretty solid. Okay, so frequently asked questions: does it come with a belt clip? Yes, it does. Does it come with a rechargeable battery? Yes, it does. And is there any annual fees or subscriptions? No, there's not. Okay, so is it worth it, taking into account all the pros, all the cons? I'd say if you're in the market for a new golf GPS and you plan on using it a lot, this could be a great option for you. It's not the most advanced model out there, but it is built well, and it's just as accurate as any other model out there. It's a bit on the pricey side, and some of the cheaper golf watches do pretty much the same thing. The only really downside to the watches is that the screen is smaller. So if you do have, bad eyesight, probably a watch isn't going to be a great option. This would probably be better. But overall, it's definitely a great option. And I will leave a link down below for my favorite watch as well, so you can check that out if you want. But if you would like to see more images or reviews of any of the mentioned products, or you want to get any of them for the lowest price available, click the link in the description down below. At the time of the video, that was the best place I could find it, so you can go ahead and check out the current price if you want. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.